Hey guys, Mark Angela here again. I've been getting a lot of messages from people, people that have 2 cents about them, that they realize what's actually going on, and not people that have been pulled in by Lena's charm and Lena's story. Okay, because it's just like, God, you could probably sell it to the best world seller. I starved her to death. I didn't let her do anything. I didn't. It's like all 5 feet 4 inches of me just kept this 5'11" person from leaving, from doing anything. Somebody who claimed to be so independent and so whatever. I mean, enough is enough. I've put up with so much already. I put up with 3.5 years of a life that if I could have videotaped every moment that we had, you guys would give me a prize for putting up with what I put up with. I'm going to read you something that somebody wrote me. I have followed your story on YouTube for a few years now. I feel like someone should say something. Really, nobody should have to endure the kind of public humiliation and character defamation Lena is dishing out. I hope you won't back down on asserting your rights. You won't go to jail just for telling the truth. It's hard to feel responsible for someone else's kids losing out on their father's contribution to their support, but it may be healthier for them to have to turn to their church and their family for support and learn to live without their dad than it is to take the scraps he can throw their way. Either way, it's not your responsibility to take care of Lena's kids. And that, I'm going to stop right there for a minute. And that's always been my problem, that when I took on Lena and then nobody came to the hospital and I felt like I was the only person they had, I took that on. And I took on the responsibility. I took on responsibility for everything. The disability wasn't so much for Lena. It was more so that the kids would have something. Because during the divorce, obviously, Lena would have had to work to pay alimony and to pay child support. If anyone were to broadcast the kind of slander about me that Lena is broadcasting about you, I will make sure my side of the story was clear, well supported, and not malicious. And then I would send a cease and desist letter and consider legal action. People don't realize what she has done, and I shock it up because I'm used to her craziness like that. This is what I lived with for 3.5 years. If she didn't get her way, she would have temper tantrums. Everything had to be the way she wanted. And she's making me out to be the control person. Lena always gets her way. Lena has been a spoiled child from the time they were little. The mother gave them everything, and everyone in their life has always catered to them. They're used to that. You're not doing anything to this person. You're not in the same city. You're not harassing them online. You're not following them to their new home. You're not even asking that you get half of the family assets. We are legally married. Okay, people? So I'm still paying bills that we occurred, or whatever the word is, as a couple. She's not paying a penny for it. Okay? Marriage is marriage, and it should not be entered into it lightly. She entered into it because she wanted to wear the white dress. She wanted to fulfill her fantasy, and that's I was a pawn and continue to be a pawn to her storyline. Marriage is marriage, and okay. Until you are divorced, you're legally obligated to share everything you have. It's clear from those workout videos that Lena is perfectly capable of working. Not only is she capable of working, she's super duper capable of working. So maybe she can't go back to do the exact line of work, but it doesn't matter. Heck, I'm a therapist and I'm busting my ass in Walmart, in a deli, because I let my license go. So she could do whatever it is that she makes. The courts will determine the percentage that Lena has to give for those kids. Many people with minor disabilities can and do get jobs. When you marry someone, their family is your family. That's right. And everybody's telling me to butt out of the business. It is my business. That is my spouse. I lost my place. Until you're divorced, okay. It is clear from those workout videos that Lena is perfectly capable of working. Many people with minor disability can. Okay. When you marry someone, their family is your family. I can't believe Lena is trying to shame you for reaching out to your in-laws. And actually, I didn't reach out. They reached out to me. Okay. And I opened it and I welcomed it with open arms because I was kind of wondering what are they thinking? Are they worried? Because Lena has gone crazy since she walked out this door. I've heard Lena out. The fact that she's routinely trashes people for watching her public YouTube videos is an indication of her view of the world. If you do not go to Lena's page to praise Lena, then you are crazy, according to Lena. And yet all of her videos are public. Lena is begging for attention. I mean, people see this. People that, aren't being like voodooed by Lena's charm. Okay, so then you are crazy, according to Lena. Okay, Lena is begging for attention and calls you the most shocking names, implying you are violent and calling you the devil. I mean, she's calling me a demon monster. See, and then has other people coming on my page and on my YouTube calling me the same thing. I hate to see anyone who has devoted so much time to helping someone else punished for it every day. And that's what hurts the most. That's what hurts the most, that I have spent so much of my time taking care of this person, taking care of their mental issues, taking care of everything for her to do what she's doing. I mean, that's, trust me, people, I don't ever want to go back with Lena. I'm not in love with Lena anymore. The years of abuse, because you want to talk about abuse, I have sustained. I was going to break up with her a year and a half ago because I couldn't put up with it anymore. Okay? But my sister and everybody was like, don't, and then I was like, okay, let me give this. Maybe she's just going through a hard time some more because I'm figuring PTSD, not being able to see her kids. So I've always made excuses and I've always held on. But the past 6 months after the journey, after we came back to Silver City, after the last detransition, after seeing how they flip-flop back and forth with the way they think and the way they see, I'm like, this person's never going to get better. This person is never going to be sane. So I didn't want anymore. Lena is not disabled. That is as clear as day. Disabled people can't simply decide they have to take care of themselves and then hop on a bike to do so. Please spare the taxpayers of this country a burden of bankrolling Lena's manicure and bike baskets. And let's not forget wigs and nails and electrolysis and everything else she's planning to get with your tax dollars. And get this guy back to work supporting his family. I'm sorry this is happening to you. I just can't stay silent any longer. In Lena's latest video, Lena tells her friends they will go to social services and claim that you are threatening her. Honestly, you need to get on top of this. This person is out for your blood. It's not right. And that's what it is. She's out for my blood. And it's just not right. It's not right at all. Somebody else writes, I'm so proud of you, Mark. I can't stand people who milk the system so they can't shop, get their nails done, and electrolysis and facial hair with disability money on taxpayers' money. Go to the courthouse and self-file a motion of alimony requesting half of any and all income taxable under Minnesota law. It's an easy process through Silver City, the courts. And then share that information with Social Security. Paul is rehabbed. You healed him, so he's good to go back to work. I never wanted this to end this way. I wanted us to not be together anymore, but I wanted us to be civil. But Lena has not allowed that to happen. Lena has continued, and then, she goes back and forth. Oh, I'm the most wonderful person. When she needed money and asked me for money and I said no, she went on a rampage. I said, you took your half of the money. You've already spent it. She's already spent the entire disability check this month, and it's only the 19th. Let me see here. Something else that I saved that she wrote. Let me see if I can find it. And it's like, that I am, 1 minute, because she feels guilty, I'm the most wonderful, caring, loving human being. There's still a tug in her heart. And then that's the problem. That the tug in the heart is still there and she can't deal with it. So it's like this crazy emotion that she's going through. That's why she's doing everything that she's doing. It's like, enough already. Enough. Please don't make me do something that I don't want to do. Please don't make this get any uglier that that doesn't have to get. I just want to go on with my life. The life that you have sucked out of me for the past 3.5 years. People are listening to her and they're falling for her BS. You don't know what I've had to go through. You people don't have a clue. Somebody who's not mentally stable, who I didn't know she was going to commit suicide. That's why I followed her in the bathroom. I didn't know what the heck she was going to do. Very unstable. You people have no clue. The abuse, the mental distress that I've been put through with this individual. And the only reason I put up with it is because I loved her. And I was hoping that with time she would improve, she would get better. But it only got worse. And it only got when no matter what we did, there was never any happiness. There was never, it was like short-lived. It's like, what next? What next? I got tired of it. I'm 54 years old. There is no what next. I just want to cruise through my life. Whether it's putting boxes in a shelf in Walmart or whatever it is, I just want to cruise and I want to be left alone. I never wanted to hurt Lena with, you know, telling Social Security or whatever. That's not my intentions. Never has been. And people are, oh, he's just jealous because you have to work. I have worked since I was 13 years old. Working to me is not a problem. I love to work. There were times I wanted to get a job because I couldn't stand being around her anymore. And she would get upset at me. You know, look at my history. That's all I'm telling you. Look at my history. I've had my own business. I have worked. I was a licensed professional. You know, I supported a transgender woman for almost 3 years. They stayed at home while I worked. Lena was my work. Trying to take care of them. Love them. When nobody else loved them, I loved them. And this is how I get paid. I am sick and I am tired. No one should have to withstand the abuse that Lena Ariel Lopez has put me through. So if you all want to continue to believe her story, you all want to be on her side, just think of this way. She left the wife, or he left the wife because he was a man that left his 5 children and his wife all to pursue this little, I want nails and wigs and whatever else, fantasy. People, you could do whatever it is that you want, but when you have responsibilities like you do, you can't do that. I had no responsibilities. I transitioned. I had no kids, nobody to be accountable for. It's not right what she's doing. You all are just feeding into it and allowing it to happen and putting ideas in her head. And Carrie, you should be ashamed of yourself. You have made her even crazier than she is. I don't know what you're telling her, what you're doing, and a lot of people are telling me this. You better stop. Enough is enough. Let's just get this divorce over with. You lead your life, I lead mine. Take it as a gift from God that you had somebody that loved and cared for you so much and helped you heal and help you eat right and help you think differently than the way you have. You're an adult. You're not a little kid. Let this be the last video I have to make about you. Lead your life. And she removed the last video she made and the last 2 videos she made because she's worried that it's going to incriminate her. You know, but people saw it. A lot of people saw it. You know, incredible. Just totally incredible. That's all I have to say. Just please stop. I'm begging you. If there was ever an ounce of love in your heart for me, stop. Goodbye, guys. Love you, but love yourselves too.